Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good evening, Promise. Good evening, everyone. Let's just wait a little for other people to join. If you can hear me, let me know. Can you hear me? Shalong, Matthew. Good evening. Louis Donatus. Good evening, everyone. A wonderful and a precious evening to you all. So let's just wait for people to join. In a few minutes' time, we will begin, okay?
I did not know I can work for international company in the US.
Good evening, Katie.
I didn't even.
If you want to join me on stage, if you want to be able to talk, I am going to share a link so you can join on the studios and then you can talk if you want to speak. I just put a link here so you can join me. So you can join me if you want to speak. You can join the studio. It's all about you joining the studio with me. So today we're looking at, I hope you all can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, that's great. Just a few minutes and we start. Good evening, Celia Art. Good evening, Precious Sunday. Good evening, Louise. Good evening, Anita. Good evening, David. Good evening, Ava Okon. Good evening, Smart Dabby. Precious. Good evening. Um, just a little more minutes and we'll get started.
Good evening, Coach.
So we are getting started and we're not waiting any longer. So, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? How was your day? I hope you had a wonderful day. So, I welcome you all to the day 2 of our training. So, today we're going to be focusing on data entry. We are doing what is called data entry. But before we go into that, I want to walk you guys through what is called Google Workspace. Okay, so what do I mean by Google Workspace? Now, it is very important that you know this because in the world of virtual assisting, in the IT world, whatever it is you are doing, most of the things we do revolves around software applications. Do you guys understand? I hope you guys can hear me. Most of the things that we do revolves around software applications. And in the last class, I told you guys about hardware. I talked about hardware and software. Okay, in the last class, I talked about all of that in the last class. And now, today, we are focusing on Google Workspace. Now, in the world of software applications, just like we have skincare products or companies that produce these things, even like your soap, bathing soap, whatever type of soap. As you all know, soap is just what is used for skincare, right? But now there are different companies that produces this thing. I hope you know. There are different companies that produces these soaps, right? And one of them, if one of the popular ones, I don't know if Viva is popular in your area. I don't know if Joy soap, all those soaps. I don't know, like for babies, we have Johnson. I think Johnson is quite popular in most places. So Johnson is produced by another company, like the Joy soap produced by another company, but they all deal on soap, which is skin care. Okay. Now, beauty products. Let me use that word. So, but now I want you to put that, translate that into the software industry. As tech people, as IT people, most of the things you'll be doing will revolve around using different softwares. What do you mean by softwares? Softwares are those things you go to Google Play Store. Google Play Store is a product developed by Google, whereby people build applications, they come and list it, and you can download it. In case you don't understand what I mean by software, Facebook, which is popular, is a software. TikTok is a software, it's an application, okay, that people use to communicate. The same way Facebook or Meta is the new name, built Facebook for communication, for social interaction. It's the same way companies like Google is a company, Microsoft is a company, okay? They in the same way then they built their own software, their own applications. But the difference here is that Google and Microsoft do more of productivity tools, developers tools. They do more of those tools, those kind of tools. Why a company like Meta does with more or less like social interaction tools. Do we understand? Am I making sense? I'm just trying to start from the scratch. Like, I like taking it from the root so that we will understand. You may feel that this explanation is very simple, but I bet you there are people that may not even understand what we mean by all these softwares and applications, so that you don't get lost. I want you to understand that the type that we are focusing on in this journey is the type that they produce softwares that are used in the offices, softwares that developers use, softwares that are used for, things aside social interaction. Am I making sense? Please let me know if I'm making sense. Okay, softwares that are used around social interaction and all of that. So now, one of the companies that produces this kind of productivity tools, software and all of that is Google and Microsoft. These are different companies. So today we are going to be focusing on, we're going to be comparing hand in hand on the tools, productivity tools virtual assistants used, that are produced by Google. Why are we dwelling? We are not just dwelling on it alone. Why are we talking about this? Because most clients that you work for uses these tools. Do we understand? Am I making sense? Can someone respond to me? I love interactive classes. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? I hope you guys can hear me. Can
Yes,
someone tell
yes, you
me?
are. You are.
Okay, okay. So why we are focusing on these tools is because most clients that you are working for uses these softwares. As you know, these are office tools. Some of them are used in the office. Most of them are office tools. When I talk about office tools, I mean tools that are used in the offices, tools that are used professionally and productive in a productive way to do some jobs, to do jobs and all of that. Not the one you use to chat or interact with people like Facebook and the rest. So now, Google is one of them. And now, what is Google Workspace? I'm hammering on this because most clients want people that are familiar with Google Workspace. So what is Google Workspace? Let me start now. At least I've built the foundation to where I'm going so that you can understand it. Now, what is Google Workspace? Google Workspace is a collection of online tools created by Google to help people work. You see I mean this word work, 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 meaning that you use it to work, to perform your duties, communicate, and collaborate easily using the internet. When we talk about communicating and collaborating easily, I'm talking about professional communication. With these tools, you can communicate with your maybe your what is it called, your colleague, your boss, your clients. Because the thing here is that we need to communicate because our clients are not in the same. And your clients, see, you may have clients that are thousands of miles away from you, Canada and all of that. So have you thought, how do we communicate with our clients that are very far from us? For example, an on-site job, jobs that you go to the office to do. You know that if you're in the office now, you have something that you have done. You can just go to your maybe your CEO's office, knock on it, and deliver what you were asked to do. It could also be that you sent it via, you shared it to him via email or whatever. But you guys are in the same setting that if you are confused or if there's anything, he can easily walk into your office and tell you this is this is that, this is that. And if there is a meeting, another thing you guys have to understand why we need these tools to work with. If there is a meeting, remember in an on-site job, like a job that you go to physically, in that job that you are going to physically, if there's a meeting, they call for meeting and everybody comes to a conference hall, right? Is that true? Yes or no? When there's a meeting in the physical job, like, it's called an on-site job. So when there's a meeting in physical job, everybody comes together, right? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, but now have you wondered how do we do meeting in a job that your client is thousands of miles away from you? How do you do? It is through the help of software applications that you are able to communicate, interact with your. See, I have colleagues that are from different parts of the world, but I've never seen them physically. I don't even know if they are tall or short, but I only know their face because we do meetings and master their voices because we are always, on a call. We always collaborate, communicate using these softwares. Do you understand? I don't even know if they are fat. I don't even know if they are tall. I don't even know if they are short or whatever. But I see their faces, just like you're seeing my face now. You don't, except you follow me on Facebook or YouTube, that you've seen my full picture. You wouldn't know what I look like down there. Okay, apart from my face. So that is why these tools were developed. That is why we need these tools in order to interact. So what is Google? I've explained this. I'm trying to explain what we mean by communication, collaboration. With these tools, you can collaborate. You can share something that you have done, and that person can leave a remark on it. Even as you're working on it, someone else can be looking at it. We'll get to that point, whereby a particular document you are working on, your boss now can be seeing what you are doing as you're working on it live. Not the one that when you are done working, you send to him. No, these are ways you collaborate. You share documents with different people and you all collaborate and work on it at the same time. It is possible. So that is those tools. So easily using the internet, meaning that these things are online. They are software. They are not like hard. They are not like um, 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 documents that you carry like paper or whatever. They are not like that. Okay. So let's look at brief history of Google Workspace. So when we talk about this, it's just a collection. Why we say online tools? I don't want to say software applications so that people will not be confused. Online tools. Now, collection, look at the word collection, means it is not one, it is not two, it is not three. It means that they have plenty of these applications in one space, in one place, and they called it Google Workspace. So you are going to be hearing clients ask you, are you familiar with Google Workspace? Are you familiar with Microsoft Suite? Now, all of these tools, where you access it from one place, is called Google Workspace, and this is usually the upgraded plan. You see this Gmail you are using anyhow, and you think it's free. No, it's not free. There's a point you get, you'll be asked to upgrade, else you cannot receive emails, you cannot receive anything. So at that point you upgrade, it is called Google Workspace. When you upgrade, okay, if you upgrade single one by one, you are just using it for personal distance. But if you now want to use it for business, there's what we call, you buy a Google Workspace. In that workspace, you get access to all the Google products in one place. And this time that you are getting access to it in one place, you have access to getting a domain, a business, a company domain. You have access to hosting and all of that. So what I mean by getting a domain, okay, you can host it somewhere else, but you have access to getting a business domain name. What do I mean by domain name? You guys now, if I ask you for, you remember now, if you're working for a company, for example, let me use Dangote, and okay, let me use Apple company. Whoever that is working for Apple, you are an official staff, you have a dedicated email, and that email will have your name in it. Let's say it is, who am I going to use? Precious at apple.com. Do you understand? But that is a dedicated domain name. It means that there's a domain that was bought, okay, so that her address, her email address can have her name and company name to it. You know, when you create one with Gmail, the free one, it will be your precious at gmail.com. At this point, your email is bearing Gmail's domain name. That gmail.com is the domain name. It belongs to Gmail. It shows that it belongs to Gmail. But when you buy one, when you upgrade to Google Workspace, you have access to having a domain name, your own personal domain name. So you cannot be as precious at apple.com. So that Apple now has replaced the Gmail. Do you guys understand? Or you are working with Dangote, so that be precious at dangote.com instead of precious at gmail.com. That is a dedicated email address. Do you guys understand that? So these are some of the things that these tools that we get when we upgrade to Google Workspace. Okay. Now, when you are using a single Google product that is for personal use, you have only 15 gig dedicated space. Once you exceed that 15 gig, you'll be asked to upgrade. One after one. You'll be asked to upgrade. Now, that 15 gig gives you space to Gmail, Google Drives, Google Sheets, Google Slides, whatever Google product you're using. Once it exceeds 15 gig, you'll be asked to upgrade. Now, for you to have access to Google Workspace in the first place, you must have a Google account. Once you have a Google account, you have access to all the Google tools personally. But once you upgrade, once you upgrade to Workspace, you have all of them in one place. Now, what do you mean by Google account? Once you have a Gmail account created, you have a Google account. Okay, so with Google account, you can have access to so many other Google products. So let's continue. So let's look at the brief history of Google Workspace. Google started with Gmail. That was one of their first products. We all know what Gmail is. It's an email messaging app. That is what Gmail is. Email messaging apps. Just like we have Yahoo, we have Hotmail. Now, take note of these email names I'm calling. Yahoo, Hotmail, there's ProtonMail, there's Thunderbird. All these are email messaging applications or email messaging software or email messaging tools. These words are used interchangeably. I can say tools, software, and apps. They are used interchangeably. So all these are when I say email messaging, I hope you guys know email is a type of message you send online via the internet. SMS is the one you send with your phone, like using your phone. Do you guys understand? So now Gmail and all of that are email messaging tools. Excuse me, guys. Where is this person sending this? Okay, so these are email messaging tools. Okay, I hope you understand that. Someone said they can't hear me. Can't you guys hear me? Please, can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Someone sent a message that they can't hear me. So these are email messaging tools, okay? So now, as I was explaining, Google Workspace. So it started in 20 in with they started with Gmail in 2004. They were the ones that kind of, should I say, knocked Yahoo off. Though Yahoo was, but I think Yahoo had some issues. They had some security breach issues and all of that. But Gmail, wrote and took over then. Okay, if you're a millennial, you should know about Yahoo. If you're a millennial, those that were born up till 1990 something, they all know Yahoo. But if you're Gen Z, Gen Zs may not know Yahoo, they may just know Gmail. Okay, so over time, tools like Google Docs, they started producing tools like Google Docs. So Google Docs is equivalent to, not really equivalent. It's let me say yes, equivalent. Let me say they are okay. So every company. So what these people were doing now is that if this company produces this tool, this will go and produce their own. Okay. So Google Docs, look at the name here, Google Docs. You can see it here. So they started producing tools like Google Docs. Google Docs does the same. It's a Word documentation tool. It's similar to Microsoft Word. Now, the software that Microsoft developed, which is more popular than Google Docs, but Google Docs too is gaining grants because it's a cloud-based. Like anything you are doing is automatically saved. Microsoft Word, especially if it's the one that you installed in your system. If you are not using their online package or the online Microsoft Word, anything you are doing, if you don't save it and your phone goes off, your laptop goes off, it's automatically gone. So you always press Control X while working on it, except you're using the cloud version. And most times the cloud version is not free. So except you're using that. In fact, all Microsoft products are actually not free. Just that most people get cracked versions, and all of that. But normally you pay to subscribe to their products. So Google Docs to is to Google as Microsoft Word is to Microsoft. Microsoft is the name of the company, Microsoft Word. I hope I'm making sense. So they kind of perform the same thing, like they are in the same genre or um the same category of performance. They perform the same thing. Just like we have Facebook now, for all of that. Then we have X, all for social collaboration, social interaction. Okay. So that of Google Docs is by Google, while that of Microsoft Word is by Microsoft. Now we have Sheets, Google Sheets. Sheets. This is the second. This is another one. Google Sheets. So after they started with Gmail, they went over to Google Docs and they did Google Sheets. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet. Okay, is a sheet. Is what you use to enter data and all of that. Just like we have Excel. Excel is more popular. Almost everyone knows Excel, but Google Sheet too has its own advantage. In fact, Google products are sweet. Like they are one of the easiest for people to start working with. I'm not saying that Microsoft own is not good. Microsoft own too own is sweet, but most Gen Zs, most newer people, they found Google products more easy and more accessible. And I think Google came with the idea of making their tools more collaborative. Okay, more collaborative over the internet. They made it more collaborative for remote work. They made it good for people that are working remotely. That's where they came in. That's where they took their own markets from. If not, Excel and Microsoft Word wouldn't have let them gain their ground. But those people came with their own cloud. In fact, they are cloud. The idea of making these things cloud accessible is a game changer. It made it so different. The collaboration thought or the collaboration ability of Google products now made it very, very, adoptable by people. Okay, so they have Sheets, that's Google Sheets, which is like the same thing with Excel, but of different companies, produced by different companies. Then there's Google Slide. We all know PowerPoint. PowerPoint was very, very popular, but Google Slide is now there. Then they were added. So Google Docs, Sheets, Slides were added in 2006. These were added to their products in 2006. So these tools were bundled as Google Apps. It was later renamed as G Suite. Just in case you see a client that says, "Do you know how to use G Suite?" It's the same thing as Google Workspace, just that they were being renamed and renamed. And in 2020, they finally renamed it to Google Workspace. We don't know if that's the end or if tomorrow there's going to be another renaming or whatever it is. Okay. But I think they should just stop there. Okay. They should just stop there. It's okay. They should stop renaming. It's okay. But whatever it is, although they have maybe different reasons why they rename, but I think it's Google Workspace is okay. Now, let's look at this Workspace I'm talking about. What does Google Workspace entail? Hmm? So Google Workspace, it has Gmail. That's what I said, professional email service. It has Google Drive. We're still going to learn all of these things. We're going to learn all of this. Okay. We're going to cover almost all of these things here. So to show you that I'm not playing, I'm here to teach, I'm here to impact knowledge. Now, most people are asking me if this training is free. This training is 100% free. But the only thing there is that if you want a continued support, if you want certificates, you subscribe to the premium package, which is just 5,500 naira in naira. I think in Ghana is about 50 something CDs. Ghana is 50 something CDs, and in dollar, I think it's about $4 to $5. So if you want this, I advise you to go for this, because in the premium class, there's going to be a lot of job updates. You are going to be getting live job updates, like jobs that are just new, and you're going to be seeing them that you can apply to immediately. So you don't need to stress yourself going to search for where jobs are and all of that. And there's a 2 months continuous support. For 2 months, you're going to be getting support. Your questions will be answered. If you have difficulties with the assignment, we will help you out with that. And we will also review and attend and mark, let me say the word mark, every assignment that you submit. So these are some of the things that people in the premium class will enjoy. Okay, and they're also going to they are going to be getting CV templates, they're going to be getting resume templates, they're going to be getting proposal templates. Like, we are going to hold them by the hands and go extra mile with it. But this free class is for everybody. But if you want a certificate, please, it's just 5,500. I think that's a very fair price with the certificate and all that comes with it. Okay, so professional email service, then Google Drive is an online file storage. So Google Drive is like a cloud-based file storage. Before now, I'm just going to explain, but we're still going to come to them one after the other. We're still going to learn all of them one after the other. So when we talk about Google Drive, we're talking about a tool that enables you save things online. I think I talked about cloud the last time. So online is just as simple as when I talk about online, is when I talk about cloud-based or whatever, it's as simple as something that enables you save something in the internet. So it's not like in your physical phone. It's not like locally. When we talk about locally, there are two ways to store files or to store things now. Either install them locally, or you store them what's it called? You store them locally, or you store them via the cloud. So when I talk about local storage, please, you people need to know these terms, so that when you come across them, because you are training, you're not a tech person, no. Just that you're on the softer part of tech, you are not coding. So when you hear these terms, when you tell someone that you're a virtual assistant, you've attended a virtual assistant class, these are the basics you should know. So the thing with Google Drive is that it allows you to store things via the cloud. For example, if I have a phone, if I have pictures I've stored in my phone locally, I've stored it in my phone memory, card or whatever, on the phone internal storage space or whatever. Okay. And I lose this phone, or my screen gets broken, or there's something that happens with the phone. Bear in mind that I'm not going to have access to that image or photo or whatever file it is again. Except maybe I stored it in the memory card and I am able to remove the memory card. But sometimes memory card can get corrupt. So either of this way, I'm not able to retrieve it on my phone because I have stored it locally into the phone itself. So if anything happens to that phone, those files, those documents, those images are gone. But when you store it in the cloud, You are storing it in your cloud based space. There's what we call, you guys may be wondering, okay, have I talked about data center here? Okay, I've not talked about it. I'm going to take you guys a little into cloud computing, a little into cloud computing. So you may be wondering, how is this possible that something is stored in the cloud? Now, let me take you back. There's something that is called your storage. Before now, if you have a hard drive, you can store things in your hard drive, right? You can store things in your hard drive. In that your hard drive, you have so many things you have stored there. But if anything happens to it, it is gone. Okay, that is your own personal storage place. Now, but there are bigger ways to store things. There's what we call data center. Let me show you guys a picture of a data center. You guys can see my screen, Abby. This is a data center, right? So here you see it's a physical facility that houses IT infrastructure, including servers, storage system, and networking equipment. Now it's a very big building where people store things. So I just use a simple example of you storing your things in a hard drive and you have it. Okay. Now that hard drive, let's say you have a lot of space, and other people are like, please, can I store this thing in your hard drive? Can I store this thing in your hard drive? Let me just tell you how this whole cloud whatever started. Can I store this thing in your hard drive? And you'll be like, okay, I still have space, but for me to store it for you, you have to pay so amount. Now, these are for people that are physical to you, that you are in the physical place with. You can even do it for people that are online. They can send it and you just copy it and put in your hard drive or whatever. But the idea here is that you have enough storage space and you're not selling it to people. The same thing relates to cloud. Now, when we talk about cloud, it's actually a data center. It's a physical facility. It is very big and well secured. Okay, I think in Africa we just have one. I think it's in South Africa, AWS own. I think it's in South Africa. So this is it. You have racks. Let me show you a full picture of a data center. Let me show you a full picture of a data center. So there are racks. In that rack, you see servers. Okay, server. See it here. It's something like this. See all these things you are seeing online. All your files that you are storing in the cloud is actually in a physical place. Okay, is in a physical place. So don't get confused about when we talk about cloud. Cloud is a physical place, but the only thing there is that they are giving you a space to store those things online using, okay, that is made possible by, there's something called hypervisor. It makes it possible for you to connect and then store your things in a particular storage space, but it is all online. Okay, so with the help of that, you are able to sign. The way you have access to your own storage space is when you sign up onto a cloud-based application. Like when you sign on to Google Drive and you store things, it means that you are having a space. With that Google Drive, you are able to connect with there's something called hypervisor. That is what makes you able to have access to a cloud storage space. I'm just trying to explain it on the surface so that you understand and don't be confused. They are just giving you this called cloud, but they're just giving you a physical space, a space in their physical facility, but you can access it online. Do you guys understand? So that online you're accessing it means it is not stored in your phone. So if you lose your phone, all you need to do is sign into that your Google Drive, and you, so long as you remember your Gmail account, sign into it and open your Google Drive. You will find it. Do you guys understand? Am I making sense? Can someone answer me? Am I making sense?
Yes, you are. You are.
So that is it. So that is how you have access to a cloud space. Okay, so it could be AWS, it could be that you subscribe to AWS. Just once you subscribe and pay for it, they give you your space, so you can store whatever you want to store. Even if you lose your phone, just log in with your password and your username or your email. You see all those things. So today I'm encouraging you, although we've not learned Google Drive, which we'll do soon. So I'm encouraging you to have a Google Drive where you can store things, and so that even if you lose your phone, you will have to just log in and retrieve everything back, so you do not lose everything. Now let me show you guys what I mean by Google Workspace. So you guys know that there's individual Gmails, Google Workspace. I'm using Microsoft browser here, Google Workspace. This is Google Workspace. So Google Workspace, look at, let me show you guys what it is. Google Workspace. Once you type something relating to it, Amazon will show you their own this thing. Uh, the as an ads will just pop up in case you're looking for something that has to do with cloud storage. So this is googleworkspace.com. So how do you have access to Google Workspace? In case you're starting a new business or you get a client, let me tell you, as a virtual assistant, sometimes your job is vast. You could just see a job that they post online. I want someone that can onboard us on Google Workspace, someone that can help my company create, get a Google Workspace and all of that. This is a job you can take on. All you need to do is go to Get Started. I usually take my students, I usually walk them through Upwork and all of that, showing you jobs, real client jobs and everything. So that whatever we're doing will sink into your head. But I'll do that after we are done with this Google Workspace. So this is how you get started. You choose your business name it whatever you want to name it. You select number of employees, 2 to 9. How many are you people? Now your location, then next. First name, blah 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 blah. Then next, you keep giving this information, and this is how you onboard a client. This is how you help a client secure a Google Workspace so that people can have access to, or should I say, pro Google products or Google tools, or advanced, or you have more upgraded version. You have access to upgraded version of Google tools, all the Google tools in one place. Am I making sense? Does this make sense? I think I've explained this enough and stressed enough on this. Does this make sense? So that is for Google Drive. Google Docs, I've told you guys, is an online document writing tool. Google Sheets is spreadsheet and data management. We are going to be working with it. Google Sheet is what we are going to start with in our data entry. Google Slide presentation creation is used to present. Like now, I'm not using Google Drive, but I can use it to present. I can go to the next page, flip to the next page. You guys know how people do presentation. You can use Google Slides. Okay. Now there's Google Meet. Now I told you guys about having meetings online, having meetings remotely. Google Meet is one of the tools you can use to do meetings, just like Zoom. Okay, Google Meeting is one of them. Okay, now we're talking about Google Calendar. Use it to schedule. See, some of you, your job will be scheduling appointments. You'll be a scheduler, you'll be an appointment setter. Do you understand? So these are some of the tools. Whatever, see, one thing with virtual assistants, whatever title that you are given, or whatever job description rather that you have, there is always a tool that you use to deliver it. So bear that in mind. Not something you're shivering about. Just know that everything you are doing is that you are working with a lot of software. Okay. So now that is why you need to be a tech savvy. What do I mean by tech savvy? Does someone know the meaning of a tech savvy here? Does anyone know the meaning of a tech savvy? I'm training you to become a virtual assistant, a professional one at that. Does anyone know what we mean by tech savvy? Okay, rest that's silent. So what do you mean by tech savvy? Tech savvy is just somebody that is able to navigate through different applications. Do you understand? You are able, like when you open an application now, you're able to navigate and find your way around it. You're able to, when it comes to downloading an application, you are able to like find your way around it. Whatever it is that you are presented. Even if you've not come across it before, but you can find your way around it. That's who a tech savvy is. So being a tech savvy does not fall from heaven or whatever. It's all about continuous practice and being in the game and using different softwares and know how to transfer knowledge. Know that if you're working on Google Sheets and when you see Excel, you should know that they are all spreadsheets. There are similarities. You should know the features. You should know that a spreadsheet should have a place you use formulas. You should know that a spreadsheet should have columns and rows. But the only thing there is that because they're developed by different companies, where this one is not where the other one will be. Just like Facebook that I use for chatting. You know that when you enter X, what they call friends may not be friends on X. What they call this LinkedIn now, they call connect, might not be what they call whatever on Facebook. I hope you understand. But the main thing there is that you can look at the options and find your way around it. So as a virtual assistant, your job, see, there are jobs that you are meant to acquire, meant to learn a new tool. If you join different clients, if this client is using Outlook, do we know what Outlook is? Outlook is the email messaging app developed by Microsoft. It's an email messaging app. Imagine you are working with because most of us as freelancers we have like 3 to 4 clients. So long as we can manage the time and deliver the job, don't go and carry more clients that you cannot handle. Please, even if it's two, you can handle fine. If it's one, I don't. If it's one, fine. But make sure that you are taking as much as you can handle. So imagine that you're working with client A and client A is using Outlook as their email messaging application. And then client B comes and said, I'm using Thunderbird. So as a virtual assistant, you are expected to be able to, you're a quick learner, to be able to learn different softwares, how to use them at, at every interval. Do you guys understand? At every given time. So because you're working with different clients, okay? So because you know that when it comes to collaboration, office collaboration, certainly there's going to be email communication. There's going to be meetings in a physical office. Just put everything that you are doing in a physical office, translate it to online. The difference is that in a physical office, if you are doing a meeting, you all are going to sit in the conference room. Okay. Now, remotely, if you are doing a meeting, your conference room is going to be the software that you use. It could be Google Meet, it could be Zoom. Do you guys understand? If there's an email communication or a message that needs to be passed around, if some, although physical offices use emails, but imagine there's something that your boss is passing and just needs to quickly chip in words or tell you something, or someone is coming to tell everybody there's a meeting so time, please get ready, please get ready. Online or remotely, how do you think that message will be passed? Via email. So every organization uses email. They use collaboration tool. They use video conference tools. Do you guys understand where all the need for all this arises? So when they need to send emails, they look for an email messaging platform to use. So whatever one you'll be working with depends on the one your client is using. Do you understand? It depends on the one that your whatever that your client or your boss will be using. You are not the one to, except they ask for your opinion. Please, what email messaging app do you think is best for us to use? And as they ask for your opinion, but most times when you join a company, they already have the one they use. Except you are lucky, you are among those that started the whole company process, did the onboarding and everything. Fine, then you can have the power to choose. But aside that, you do not have the power to choose. It is whatever your client is using that you are going to use. Okay. I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense? Tell me, am I making sense? I like interactive classes, please. Am I
Yes,
making
ma'am. Go right on. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So that's Google Calendar. You're scheduling meetings and reminders, Google Chat, team messaging, Google Workspace. Now let's look at Google Workspace versus free accounts. I've basically explained this. A free Google account uses at gmail.com. I think I've explained this before. That's the domain name and whatever. A free Google account uses at gmail.com. That's one that almost every of us here has. And it's meant for personal use. That's what I said, personal use. That's what you're using personally. But when you want it for business, then Google Workspace is a paid service that offers professional email address. That's the professional email address that has a domain, whatever, your own name, okay, as the domain. It has your own company name. That's what we mean by professional email address. Instead of precious at gmail.com, it comes with precious at her company name.com or .ng, depending on whatever type of domain this thing that they bought. .ng, I think there's .net, those for IT people and all of that. There's .gov. .gov is only a government that can use that kind of domain. It's only a government officials that can use it. Ordinary people cannot use it. .edu could be educational platform or whatever it is. I hope I'm making sense. Then Google Workspace is paid service that offers professional email address, more storage. So you remember that on the free one, the personal one, if you exceed 15 gig space, you'll be asked to, upgrade. But with Google Workspace, you have more space, more storage to store things, better security. Now, Google Workspace is more secured because you are paying and then they can offer extended security services to you. Businesses and to better security and business tools. So you have a lot of things to use for your business. Now, how to get started with Google Workspace? I've just basically showed you guys. Visit workspace.google.com. Choose a suitable platform. They have different platforms. And on the different platforms, let's look at the platforms they have here. Is that they have different plans? Please forgive me. And I'm just listening to myself. Did I say platform? they have they have different plans. Forgive me, guys. English is not my first language. Yee. They have different plans. So let's look at their plans here. So you see here, so they have business overview of plans and pricing. The business starter, if you're just starting, you can pay $7 per use per month. Okay, it's cheap actually. Storage, you just have 30 gig pooled per user. Video meetings up to 100 participants, 24-hour limit. So if you're using the free Google Meet, I think you can only do meetings for 40 minutes or 45 minutes. But when you're using Google Workspace, you can do meetings for close to 1 hour, 24-hour limit. Best for freelancers, small business teams. That's the starter plan. Best for freelancers. Support, you have 247 support with 4-hour service level objective. Price 14. Then number two, we have business standard. That one is $14 per user per month, so 16.8 monthly annual billing. No, guys, when you see annual billing and monthly billing, annual billing is usually cheaper. So if they're billing you annually, it's here is 14 per user per month, you know. Annual billing, this is the annual billing, or 16.80 per user per month. So what this means is that if you are subscribing to their annual plan, they are going to be charging you 16.80 cents. Okay, but if you're subscribing to their monthly to their sorry if you are subscribing to their annual plans, they'll be charging you 14 per user. That's cheaper. But if you want to be renewing monthly, they'll charge you higher, which is 16.80 cents. Okay, $16.80. That's what it means. Then storage is 2 terabyte, 2 terabytes pooled per user, which is larger. Video meeting up to 150 participants. So it depends on your needs, your company needs, that you can choose a package. Then enterprise, which is more bigger. So this one now is custom pricing. They say contact Google sales. So it's more, it's everything, like everything here. Okay. So these are the things that you have access to and all of that. So in case you have a job, um help us get upgrade, or some will be like, help me upgrade. Some people that they're having issues with their Google Workspace, help me solve it and all of that. But this one, especially when it comes to buying the domain, connecting it and all of that, it requires a little bit of technicality. So you need to know how to do all, like, domain buying, hosting and all of that. But it's not difficult. I think they have a guide for you to use, so it's not that difficult. Okay, so now let's continue. So we have seen visit Google Workspace, choose a suitable plan, create an admin account. You have to create an admin account because there's somebody in charge managing it. So you're the admin. Get or connect a domain name. Either you get from them or you can buy. You can buy from platform like GoDaddy, there's QServer, there's Google Hosts, there's all these popular, hosting platforms. You can just buy a domain from them or you can buy from Google. So domain is just a name. Like, just let me just use it in the very basic term. Just a name, just an internet, a name, your own name, so that it will not bear another person's name. That's what it means. Okay. Then start using Gmail, Google Drive, Meet, and others. So Google Workspace is Google's online office tools that helps people work, communicate, store files professionally using the internet. Now let's look at Google Sheets and data entry. So I've just explained, excuse me. So data entry, what is data entry? You guys are welcome to what we have today, but I needed to take you guys from the beginning so that you understand. So what is data entry? Data entry simply means putting information into a computer system. This can be names, numbers, dates, phone numbers, scores, prices, or records. Sure, you guys remember then, if you are using a book, the difference here is that we are like doing a kind of okay, let's just continue, Sha. There's a place I need to explain. So let's look at examples of data entry. Remember that data entry simply means putting information into a computer system. We are working with a computer system this time. And what we mean by computer system, we are talking about software applications. Okay? Software applications. They are using computer system here because computer is anything that you can give an information and to bring it back out, to give respond back to you. So that's why they're using the term computer system. Garbage in, garbage out. But when we talk about this example of this computer system we are talking about now is something like Google Sheets, Excel. Okay, these are data entry tools. These are also called spreadsheets. Now let's look at a notebook. I'm trying to get my pen. Guys, I don't know when my children dropped my pen. So hold on, let me get a pen. I needed to do some illustration so that people understand. This class is for beginners, okay? That's why I'm taking my time because I know a lot of people are beginners here. Okay, just a few seconds. Let me get some water. Hi guys, so I'm back. So as I was explaining, it's simply putting information into a computer system. This can be names, numbers, dates, phone numbers, course prices, or records. So example of data entry: typing student score into a table, recording sales records, entering customer details, updating attendance list, recording expenses. So what are the tools used for data entry? We have traditional tools, which is your pen and paper. Okay, like those businessmen, you know how when they sell, the way they record, okay, they write, they always like write maybe goods or products, or they write products, okay, and then they can draw a line and put amount, or then draw another line straight, as you guys know. Then they can say number sold, okay, and then they can rule it this way, and they can write number one by the side. Then it could be bag. Please forgive if it's not very this thing, because I'm just writing like this, so I'm not even seeing what amount. They write 100, or then number sold could be 10. So this is where they kind of record before, then they can just rule like this. Okay, this is the traditional way of recording. Now that is called pen and paper. They can use calculator. Then after this now, total, they'll now come and use calculator and start pressing it and writing the total. That's the traditional way. But now, physical files, there's also physical files. They can file things in a file. These are just traditional way of data entry. But now, maybe particular thing they sold, after entering it in a book or in a this thing, they put it in a particular file. That is filing. They file it and keep it separately so they don't make mistake. Now, after doing all of this, these are for the traditional ways, the ways things were done before. Now, when the development of software applications came and online, people started thinking out of the box. This thing we are doing with hand and all of that. If rain touch it or water touch one, it is gone. If there's a fire or whatever, it is gone. Why don't we do it in a way that we can put these things online? We can make them digital. That's how this whole thing came about. So now let's look at the modern slash digital tools. We have Google Sheets. I told you guys about Google Sheets. We also have Microsoft Excel. We also have Google Forms. I know you guys have had you all must have filled a form. You guys filled a form to be here, yes or no? Most of you filled a form to be in this class. That is Google Form. Okay. Then we have database software. Some databases have some softwares are database software where you put information and all of that. Then we have CRM systems. Some CRM system has the ability to store like Go High Level, ClickUp, Asana, and all of that. Then we also have Airtable. Airtable has kind of spreadsheet ability as well. Airtable is a software that has spreadsheet ability. So now that takes us to what is Google Sheet. Remember, we are focusing on Google tools. So that takes us to what is Google Sheet. We are learning about data entry, practicing with Google Sheets. So that when you see other types of data entry tools, you can easily navigate through them. Now we're looking at Google Sheets. Now, Google Sheet, what is Google Sheet? Google Sheet is an online spreadsheet tool that allows you to enter, store, calculate, and share data. It is a digital table made of rows, columns that can calculate for you. Please take note of these rows and columns. You need to understand it so that when you're applying formulas, it doesn't look Greek to you or something like that. Rows and columns. What do you mean by rows and columns? Guys, remember that while entering this manually, I wrote products, wrote a straight line. This one now, this place I've added this product is its column, product column. Do you guys understand it? Can someone respond to me? It's product column. Please, this class is for beginners. So that is why I'm taking it this way. It's product column. Do you guys understand it? Are you guys with me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So that is product column. That is the column. Do you guys understand? Now, another place, remember that I wrote number one, bag. So this horizontal line now that I've drawn for bag this way is the row. When I write number two, let's say product, remember that the first one is products, talking about the products that I sold. Let's say number two, I sold clothes or trousers. I'll write it. So that number two line that has clothes, it's called a row. Take note of columns and rows, vertical and horizontal, columns and rows. Take note of that because you are supposed to know it so that you can apply formulas to your sheets. Now, the difference here is that on sheets up here, those numbers you see, the ones you see numbers on by the side are the rows. Not really a difference, it's still the same thing because you're going to number yours. So when you see those numbers, you know they are talking about rows. When you see the only difference is for in sheets, you'll be seeing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A. Those are your columns. Column A, column B, column C, column D. Then you can now put your title under it. Your heading, sorry, under it. Don't worry, you understand it more when we get, but just I need you to just understand this illustration. Now, let's go to how Google Sheets started. Before Google Sheets, people mostly used Microsoft Excel. Before Google Sheets, people mostly used Microsoft Excel. Yes, before Google Sheets, that's what people mostly used. Microsoft Excel. That's true. That's what I told you that Microsoft Excel is very popular. And Word, they are very popular. So Google created Google Sheets as part of Google Docs to allow people to work online, save automatically. I told you, it is that ability to save automatically and collaborate that Google used and broke into the market. Okay. It later became part of Google Workspace. So difference between traditional data entry and Google Sheet. Traditional data entry is done on paper, manual calculations, time consuming, difficult to correct mistakes. You know, something you have written now with pen, how do you correct mistake? You now come and be canceling. It looks dirty. I think that's why they produce that in pen correction or something. Okay. So, but Google Sheets data entry is done digitally, automatic calculations. If you apply your formulas, it calculates and be going faster, easy to correct. You can easily delete and put another thing. Multiple users can work together. I told you guys, your sheet now, let's say you have different businesses in different locations and you have different salespeople and all of that. On a spreadsheet, you can have different tabs for each. In one sheet, you can have different tabs: shop A, shop B, shop C, shop. Everybody's inputting their data on that particular sheet. You, even if you are in Yankee, even if you are in Canada, you can be looking at what everybody is inputting at the same time. That's that collaborative ability that Google brought about. That's how they broke into the market. If not, Excel is baba. Like, everybody basically learns Excel. Like, once I finish secondary school, then you are going to computer appreciation. And then computer appreciation was all about Microsoft tools. We are learning Microsoft Excel, you are learning Microsoft Word, you are learning, Slide, you are learning what's that they're designed to Corel Draw. So many things now have knocked Corel Draw off, even with the inception of AI now. So this is understanding Google Sheet layout. What is formula? Okay, so I'll just explain these things to you, and we are going to learn how to apply our own formula. So I've told you guys about columns. Is the vertical this thing, A, B, C, D, E. Then we'll talk about rows is the horizontal. Sorry, the vertical, this, the horizontal is this. Yes, I was correct. Then cells. Now, you guys see now, inside this place, I wrote number 1 bag. This place that I wrote bag now, this particular place that bag is inside is called a cell. So a cell, that's what it's called, a cell, C-E-L-L. You guys can see my screen clearly. So there's no word I'm talking about here that you wouldn't find. So this is it, a cell. I hope my screen is very clear, like very bold for you to see. Is it? Is it bold enough?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes, ma, it is.
Okay. So that's what a cell is. Cells where a row and column meet, that is a cell. E.g. A1, B2, C3. We're still going to come there. Now, what is formula in Google Sheet? A formula is a command you give Google Sheet to calculate something automatically. All formulas must start with an equal sign. How to use Google Sheet formula? Just click on a cell, type equal to enter the formula, e.g. AB. We are still going to learn all of this. Press enter. Google Sheet will calculate the result automatically. We're supposed to round up so that we can have an assignment today. Basic Google Sheet formulas, we are going to look at this formula before. Addition, you use the formula A1 plus B1 depending on the cell and the column. It could be B1 plus B2 or B2 plus whatever it is. Subtraction, A1 minus AB. Just use A1 and B1 as, a default example. Multiplication, A1 multiplied by B1. These are just the formulas. Why using formula is better? Formulas are faster, reduce errors, save time, automatically update answers when numbers change. Simple classroom. Okay, we're going to do this. So data entry is just the process of entering information into a computer, and Google Sheets helps us organize and calculate that information automatically using formulas. I hope this is explanatory to you guys. Okay, I hope this is explanatory. So let's now look at Google Sheets. Remember, I've talked about Google products. Hold on, let me I have to share another screen. So guys, let me know if you can see this my screen. So let me know if you can see my second screen. I'm sharing another screen. So how then do you access these Google products? Now, there are two ways you can access Google Product. When I talk about Google Product, I'm talking about those that are Google Docs, whatever, whatever, whatever. So how do you access Google Products? There are two ways you can access it. Either you can have it locally in your phone or your laptop, or you access it via the cloud. The best way is to access it via the cloud because it is not taking up space on your phone. Most of us in our phone, we have gone to Play Store and downloaded either Google Docs, either Gmail, or Google Sheets. So this class is going to be in two ways. I'm teaching with a laptop now. Does everyone here have a laptop? Which I doubt. So I'm going to also record how to use this thing on phone and send. Do you guys understand me? Am I making sense? So we're going to learn how to do a simple data entry with our laptop today. And later on tomorrow, or even this night, if I have time, I'll just make a video as fast as possible and send to you and upload for how to use phone. So I'm going to send that videos to you people that has phones, but just learn and listen. Then that video is just for you to know how to navigate through these apps on your phone. So two ways to get these applications I'm talking about. Some of us use some of us go to Play Store and download it, okay? And download Google Docs, Google Sheets, Gmail, and all. I hope you know that Google has YouTube as well. Google is the owner of YouTube. I hope you guys know Google owns YouTube that you're looking at. So there are ways you can download this, have access to these apps. Either you go to Play Store and download them. Please, before I continue, please subscribe to this channel. And do me a favor, whenever you are watching any of the videos and you see an ad, please do not skip. Just watch it to the end because these are ways you can support this whole program, okay? These are ways you can support the free training. These are ways you can, support us in whatever way that you can. Subscribe to this channel, share this video, tell more people about the training. And I have two assignments for you today, which I want everyone to do. So when you have uh, um, opened your Chrome, this is your Google Chrome. I hope you know that Google Chrome is developed by Google. It's a browser, it's a search engine developed by Google. There are different types of search engine. There's Explorer. Explorer is developed by Microsoft. That's their own. There's Firefox, Mozilla. That one is desktop-based browser or search engines, desktop-based browser. That one uses for only laptop. It can only work on laptop. Mozilla Firefox. Then there's UC browser. There's I think Phonics or something. There is too. So these are different things that enables you browse the internet. Okay, different software applications developed by different companies. So we are using Google Chrome. When you open your Google Chrome, this is how you access Google products via the cloud without downloading them. On your laptop, open your laptop, then you are going to see Google Chrome like this. Then navigate. Are you guys even seeing my screen? Nobody. Okay, you say not seeing my screen. Sorry. So this is my screen now. This is my Google Chrome. That's why I need you to be someone to talk and also type. Thank you, Smart Debbie. If you hadn't sent that message, I forgot. So this is how you see it. This is Google. This is Chrome, our Chrome. Okay, so when you open your Chrome like this, you navigate like you see. You guys can see my cursor, right? Okay, you guys can see it, right? You can see Gmail, you can see images. Then you go to this dot that is in 9 places. You guys can see this. Can someone respond? Can you people see it? Can you people see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Click on it like this. Once you have clicked on it, you navigate and see, oh, this is your Google account. This is where you can set up your Google account. You can change your password to your Gmail. You can update, add your pictures here. You can do whatever you want to do here. Okay, so on here now, you go to Drive. You have access to Drive. This is Google Drive. This is Gmail. You have access to all of this is without downloading them. That's how to access it via the cloud. Then if you are using phone, how to access it through phone, just Go to your browser like this, open your what you browse with, your Chrome, open the same Chrome. You see all of them here, even YouTube is here, Gemini. Hold on, this is Google's AI, Google Maps, search, even Google Docs, Google Sheets. See the sheet we are going to work with here. See Google Docs. Now, if you are using phone, how to access Google products via the cloud? Go to open your Chrome and type google.com. This is it, google.com. Just come here like this, where you type google.com. You see this same exact page like this. Something like this will pop up on your phone. When it pop ups like this, once it pop ups like this, you are going to see, because it's phone, you see this my own now, google.com. Our own is here on laptop, but on phone you are going to see you are going to see this similar dot. On this similar dot, click on it, you see something like this too. Then you select the one you want to work with. This way you won't need to download them in your phone, so that in case you don't have space, you can reserve your space. Does this make sense? Do you understand? Has someone tried it? Try it with your phone and let me know if you can see it. You can leave the comment in the comment section, or you can speak. I hope you guys can see. Now, please remember, when an ad pops up, do well to watch it. Subscribe, share this video, leave a comment, leave a like. This will help us grow and grow. And tell more people about our training. There are things we have assignment today. So let's just continue. So this is it. Let me go back to where I was. So now I am going to go to this place to access it via the cloud. Click on it, and then scroll to Google Sheets. You guys can see Google Sheets, right? So this is Google Sheets. You guys can see Google Sheets, right? Then I'll click on it and it will open. It is opening. Google Sheet is opening. Now, this is our interface. Google Sheet interface. This is called the dashboard. This is where everything happens. Now, on this page now, this is our to-do list. It is called to-do list, meaning these are templates. What are templates? Templates are things that are also be created for you. You can just, if you want to create something like annual budget, calendar, Google Finance, let's see more. So these are personal, CV. If you want to create anything that is like this, all you can do is just click on it, and then you replace each word with what you want. There's also a resume. There's also an annual budget, analytics dashboard. You want to analyze something and you like this design they have here, all you can do is to use it. All you have to do is replace the words with the words that you want. You see here, something like this, you want to do something like this, all you can do is to replace the words, change these words here with what you want, change this number with what you want. You see it, I've deleted this one now. I can bring it back with what you want. Okay, does it make sense? You want to design something, you want something like this, you just change it to what you want. And that's what a template is. Let's look at a resume. Now let's see if we can see resume template here. Even an invoice, you can even create an invoice for your company. This is another good way to create an invoice. You see, change your company name. You can even do it for yourself or your business or whatever. When you change it, you can change the company name. You see, put it to your name. Then whatever company, change the address, impute, delete whatever you want, but you are following this pattern. And after that, you can just download it as PDF. This is how you convert things to PDF and export. So you have this thing now as a PDF, as an invoice. You can send it to somebody, even your resume. But these are just templates. You just means you are following it. Do you guys understand? You see the resume, you see it here, I've downloaded it here, you send it to somebody and they have their invoice. Do you guys understand? Okay, so let's continue. That's a template. You even search for resume in case you want to write a CV. You can even use a template here and just, I'm looking for the website traffic report. Mm, okay, so that just it here. Then let us now, if I'm using the template now, you people will understand how these things were created. So, okay, sorry, the CV I was looking for is on Google Docs, not Sheet. Sheet is just data entry, okay? So whatever you're just entering data, okay? So let's create a new, you click on the blank sheet. That's how you create a new sheet. This is it. So we are going to go through all of this now. So let's, first of all, these are the menu, okay? First of all, these are the menu, blank table. Even from here, you can even insert. If you want to create an event tax, you can even insert it here. If you want to create project tax, you can insert all of this. Recruitment application, applicants. You want to know those that super hiring, no customer relations, something similar to any of this. You want to create with a sheet, you can take this template and insert. But if not, you can go to blank table. But I don't want this. I don't want tables. These are just tables they've created for you. I don't want a table. I want, just in case you need a table, you can go with this. But I don't need a table. I want, a blank sheet. I want to create everything from afresh. So the first thing you do while working with a sheet is to name your sheet. You are entering data. So we are going to be using a business as an example. We are going to be using Mr. Steven. Let's say Mr. Steven has a, a, a now remember that whatever you do, whatever you do, whatever type of data you'll be entering, all depends on your client industry. Do you understand? For example, let's say your client is a real estate person. He has real estate, he has houses and all of that. He has properties, and he has a hotel, and you are hired. People. You guys. You can do their real estate VAs. You can niche down. When we talk about niches, you niche down to real estate VA. You help. You provide support to property owners. Okay, so let's say your client has properties, has different properties, a real estate company. Your company is a real estate company, and they have this particular property that guests come in and stay and go. I'm just giving you guys a real scenario. This was part of my job description. These are things I've done in the past for a client. Now, Mr. Steven has different properties. And Mr. Steven goes onto a platform called Airbnb. I don't know if you guys have heard about Airbnb. Let me type it here for you guys. Airbnb. That's it. Airbnb. Please, you are going to learn a lot from this class. So this is it, Airbnb. So this is Airbnb. So you see people listed their different properties here. Can you guys see it? So people now will now come and visit this particular site. Okay, just like when people visit boats to book and all of that. Let's say you are working with a client that has different boats that he has given to drivers to drive for him. And at the end of the day, he wants you to log into the driver apps and check how many rides, although I think boat automatically gives you a breakdown, but that is for both, it's on both. But I want you to pull it and put in their own database. Now, what is database? The database is where the company records all the activities. Every company has their database. Some use Google Sheet as a database, some use Excel, some use other databases like MySQL, other database platforms. Some use different platforms for their database. So in this aspect, your client is using Google Sheet for his or her database. Am I making sense? Please, can someone tell me if I'm making sense or not? Your client is using Google Sheets as their database in this aspect, and you are hired. Your job, your duty, Mr. Steven hired you in order to help him update or enter the data of those that have stayed in his property. The essence, let me tell you guys, the essence of data entry in most cases is to make informed business decisions, is to enact changes, to bring about changes, is to review and know if you guys are doing well or not. Now, when Mr. Stephen looks at his Google Sheet, his database, he will be like, in the month of December, we had a lot of people coming in. What could be the reason? It could be because it is festive period and they will not make their decision because a lot of people are looking for where to book. Let us increase the prices during festive period, and during the non-festive period, we bring it down to in order to attract more guests. Are you guys understanding me? So the essence of this is for them to make their business decisions. They just want you to help them by putting it together where they can easily see it. So Mr. Steven has hired you because on Airbnb, Mr. Steven has logged in, created an Airbnb account, and listed his properties in Abuja, Nigeria. Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, in case you're not a Nigerian. So, and listed it on Airbnb and has now hired you as a virtual assistant. Okay, you're a real estate virtual assistant because your client works in real estate companies, and you know how to use these tools like Airbnb, booking.com, host what's names, Zillow for those in America, and different platforms. Do you understand? That's what makes you a real estate VA. But this class is fundamental, like foundation. It teaches you everything you need to know about virtual assistant. You are not the one to probably niche down according to the clients you get, or you niche down in order to get clients. Niching down is a secret, is where you get a lot of clients. But I'm still going to explain everything, all of this to you guys. Just stay with me. Invite more people. If you want me to teach more and teach more, just invite more people. The more people I see, the more happy I will be to even exceed what we have in our course outline that has been posted in the group severally. So now, remember, he has hired you. So your job is to log on to this platform. Now you are seeing the guests interface, but every property owner that's listed property has their own back end where you're going to see the name of the guest, the days they stayed, how many children if they have children, or if they came with children, or if they came with pets, that's dogs or whatever, how many people, how many days will be staying, and all of that. With that information, let's say you log on to Mr. Stevens Airbnb account and get those information. Okay, because now if I want to book this hotel now in Cape Town, as a guest that I am, I will click on it. It will show me. Then I'll proceed. This is how guests book it. I'll proceed to reserve. First of all, I'll select the check-in date and the checkout date. Okay, how many guests are coming? You see it. You select here. All this is by the time you select it and reserve, Mr. Steven is going to see it at his back end. And Airbnb has what we call admin. It gives you the opportunity to make people admin in order to co-manage or co-host. Like me now, I'm a co-host too. I'm a co-host. Okay, how can I get the WhatsApp group chat? Can someone help me? Let me see. Like me now, I'm a co-host. Hold on. Abojo to Grace. Hold on. I will try to get that for you. Like me now, I am a co-host. Okay. So being a co-host means that I have access to Mr. Stevens' account. So what Mr. Steven will do is that once he hires you, he will invite you to come over. He will use your email address to invite you to have access. He will give you the admin rules. He will either want you to have access to everything or limit your access. Because he wants you to do data entry, he will allow you access to his records on Airbnb. So remember that this person that booked has put all these details. Now you will now come and transfer it to Mr. Stevens' database, because Airbnb is a platform that you see different client messages. Mr. Steven may not, just like when you're receiving Facebook messages, that's how messages come from people. Like if I reserve that, I will have the opportunity to message Mr. Steven. It's going to be randomly scattered. Mr. Steven cannot look at Airbnb like this and know how many people that came in a month to stay in his property. Mr. Steven can have 10 different properties listed on Airbnb. So he needs one database that will enable him see which property this person lodged into, which property, in every month. So it's the database kind of explains it better, makes it, able for him to just look at and know what is here. I hope you guys understand. In our first cohort this year, someone got a data entry job just from this. In fact, last 2 weeks or so, somebody got a lead generation job from using this sheet and the manual research that I taught in this free class. You guys understand? So take everything I'm teaching here very serious. Even take it very serious. That's all I can tell you. Take it very serious. Then those in the premium class are going to get more. Like you're going to get more. When I say more, you're going to get more. So I encourage you to subscribe for the premium class. You will not regret it. You have a certificate. So if you know you need a certificate, please, and it's very important you get a certificate, because a certificate shows that you're certified, that you have acquired these skills. Remember that most of you are beginners. So how do you show your clients that you have acquired the skill? It's all about your certificate and your portfolio. So having both of them, makes you stand out. So I encourage you, join the premium class so that you can get your certificate. Okay. So now I've explained to you guys what we're about to do. You are the virtual assistant. Okay. Let's say, whose name am I going to use now? Um, let's say Grace is a virtual assistant and Mr. Steven has hired Grace. Okay. To enter data into their database. Okay. So now Grace will now log into Airbnb because Mr. Steven has given her access. Now, there's what we call, you need to name your sheet first. You need to give a name to your sheet. Okay, that's how to identify what sheet that you have, because you're going to be seeing a lot of sheets in your this thing. So what name do you think that particular property is located in Abuja? And Mr. Steven has plenty properties. Okay, but in Abuja, Mr. Steven has different properties in Abuja, but this will be called, you name it according to what you're doing. It's going to be Abuja. It could be called Abuja based properties. That's the name of this sheet. So that whenever you are searching on your spreadsheet, you can easily find it. Abuja based properties or whatever. Okay. Then the name of the company could be let's say Steve Properties. It could be Steve Abuja based properties. Okay, so in this sheet, Grace is going to be putting all the details of all the logins, all the logins, or all the guest login in Abuja that has stayed in their different Abuja properties. So remember that they have different properties, right? Abuja has different properties. You guys know, right? Abuja has different properties. So the first thing that you understand is naming your sheet and creating your what's it called? Your headline. Okay. Now let's look at this menu. We are going to look at and explain what each of this menu does first before we move over to this. This is file. Here you can have option to create a new file, open a file, import. You can import another file into this particular spreadsheet. You can make a copy, you can share, you can send an email through here, you can share. We're still going to talk about how to share. We may not complete this, but I'm going to make the videos and send one after the other. But let's just populate this sheet first. This is very important. This is how to share. Okay. So we are going to send a video of how you can share after populating this. Email, you can send email this file. Just click here, it will email it to them. Then download, you can download it here and convert it either to Microsoft Excel, PDF, or whatever. You can rename this file from here. This is basically what this place is all about. You can set settings, you can do some settings here. Then edit, you can do some edit here. You can undo, this is the undo button, meaning undo means if I type this B now and this G now and I don't want it, I can click here to undo. It will undo, it will clear. If I want it back, I redo, it will come back. I hope you understand that. That's what this edit is. Paste, I can copy this now. Let me say this now, I can copy it and come and paste it here. Let me say I type plenty things I don't want, I just come and paste it here. That's what this means. Edit, paste, copy, paste special, and delete. You can delete, you can find and replace here. I'll show you guys this find and replace later on. Now let's go ahead and insert. You can insert cells here. You can insert rows, column, sheets. We are still going to make a videos on all of this. Format, you can format things, you can text, make your text bold, italic, underline. You can align. Let's say you wrote something. Let me show you guys align. I wrote this here, this, and you see it's one side. If I want to align it now, if I want to align, I'll just alignment and click center to come to the center. So that's it. So data here is, you see all the data. You can create a filter. This is more like an advanced part of it. You can group by view. You can create filter view. You can add a slicer. You can protect sheet and range. You can do data validation here and all of that. Then format, this is for you can wrap text here. You can rotate. You write something, you can rotate it. You can use smart shapes, font size. You can change them here. That's what these tools, extensions help. You can access extensions here, app script. You can automate some things here. Okay. Now let's look at this. I've told you guys what this is. This to search. You can search for something here. This is the undo and redo button. This is the print. You can print. You can connect your this thing to a printer and print whatever document you want. Okay. Then this is paint format. This 100% means zoom. How large you want this to look like, to look to you. See the fitting. See, it's very tidy now. Okay. If I take it to 100, it will be standard. Okay. Then this is format as currency. You can write something and format it as currency. You can format as percentage. Format means like changing something to a particular something, like, altering the original form of that thing is formatting. Okay. You can increase decimal, you can decrease the decimal. This is more formats. You can click here and see more formats, ways to format and all of that. Then the font, here is the font. What do you mean by font? Font is just like handwriting. The way your handwriting looks like when you're writing on a book, that's font. Okay, here you can change the type of font. Now the standard font for somebody, for any office document, is either use Arial or you use Times New Roman. See this one now. So how do I change a font? Let me say I wrote cup here. Let me just type something. You see this one now. What font is it? It is on the default font, which is Arial. Arial is the default. When we talk about default, is like the follow come, the font that normally it is. But if I don't want this in this area, I can come here and change it to Georgia. First of all, you highlight. You see it here. First of all, you have to highlight the thing. Okay, before you do anything, you highlight. Just click inside and drag. That's highlighted. If you're using a cursor, I'll show you how to highlight with your phone. Okay, that's how you highlight. So now that I've done this, I'll now come here and change it to any font that I want. This is different now. But if you're working on any official document, the best to use is Arial or Times New Roman. Okay, so that's how you change it. But then the size. Now the standard font size, that's the size of your handwriting that you should use for any official document, is 11. Now let's check here now. What's the font size? Is 10. Okay, we can increase it to 18 if you want, but that should be for headings. So now let's go back now and populate our sheet. What we mean by populating our sheet is all about putting the details in our sheet. Now, because we are working with a property, the first thing that you look at now is the property name. We are creating our headings. This is our headings. Property name. That's the property name. It could be, because there are different properties in Abuja, this man could name the first one. Maybe he could name his properties after his children. Someone said the video stopped. Is it that you people can't see me? Can you guys 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 see me? Can someone tell me if they can see me or not, if they can hear me? So that's the property name. Then remember that we're trying to enter details of the properties, the one people logged into this month. Now, number of guests, remember. So your headings depends on what you're working on. What did I press? Now, number of guests. Remember, he wants to see everything. Number of guests, children, number of children, number of adults, and property address. The property name says that amount, let's say amount paid, etc. So I just want to show you guys how population does. So these are my headings. Now you guys remember what I talked about columns. These are my columns and these are my rows. You see the numbers here are rows. These are columns. Okay. So now I am going to for headings. Remember that when you're writing on your notes, your heading is always bigger. So now we can make our headings bold. You see, click here. When you click here, it is making something bold. This is italics. This is to change text color. This is to change background color. So we're going to also be changing the text color so that it looks different. Now I click on this the icon you use to change your text color. Okay, so I have typed this, and this is my text color. Remember, before you any change can take place, you have to highlight that thing. Okay, so I've changed my font color. Now if I want to change my background color, I'll still highlight again and come to this place, this fill color. This is background color, and change it to this. Did you see? I've checked it. I've changed it. Please tell me, am I making sense? Are you people understanding the class? Can someone respond to me? So I'll now change the background color. Okay, so now property name could be, maybe Mr. Steven named his property after his children. Maybe his child's name is Precious. It could be Precious Villa, the name of one of the property, and number of adults that they received in that particular date is 10. We'll put date as well, because it will tell them when these people lodged in. Date, it could be they came in on the 12th of March. Remember, he's trying to see all that lodged in his hotel in this month. It could be 12th of March that they came in. So we are going to so it could be 12th of March that this person came in. So you can expand your column. This expansion, you can expand your column. This is a cell, like this 10 now. What this 10 is inside is a cell. Now some people can stand, some people now before you create, let me explain something to you guys. You see on this sheet, A, B, C, D, E, this already takes over this first row. You guys see it. But now we are starting according to spreadsheet numbering. We are starting number one. We are starting our heading with number one, because there's no way you can write something without a heading. Okay. So if this number one, now we are starting the numbering as our heading with number one, then you know that it is not correct. We can say that Precious Villa is supposed to be number one, but it's at number two. So how do you solve it? You can add, let's add a sheet. In case you forget to add a column to something, you just highlight, right click, and insert one column left. So we can name this serial number S/S/. You can write serial number, you just write S/N, and make sure you centralize it. I'll show you how to align it into the center. So you can start numbering 1, 2, blah, 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 3, until, it makes it more sensible. Not really more sensible, it makes it more organized and all of that. Okay, just name it as much as you want to. So this is the date, number of children 5. Remember, this is just a random thing. Adult 4, pets, amount paid. Now let's say let's say your company is based in the US and they are using dollars. You can say $6,000, and you can highlight it. Okay, you can format it so that every this thing that you put will automatically take the dollar sign. Okay, so $6,000 and all of that. Now this is a sheet. This is what you are going to be doing. You populate it so that, let's say they have different, let me just say Ben, let's say Steve Lodge. Let's say this and now, so they won't all bear the same name. He has different properties in Abuja. So if you look at it, you know that on date, on check-in date, we'll call this check-in date. Check-in date and check-out date. So if this actually is supposed to be at the front, but that's fine. So checkout date could be let's just Checkout date could be December 26. So number of days spent, you write it here. Number of days. So whatever thing you are entering here is based on the data, the business data. Okay. If it's shoes that Mr. Steven is selling, all you need to do is write number of shoes, name of shoe, amount sold, name of customer, and all of that. Okay. Here too, you can add name of guest. After property name, you have to add name of guest as well. That's important. It's not supposed to be here. Property name, you are supposed to even add name of guest. Is that one column right? So no, not right. It's supposed to be left. So we want it to come before. This is how you insert a colon in case you forget. Name of guests or names. Okay, so that he will know that Samantha, maybe this is Samantha. Samantha lodged in so date and he stayed in Precious Villa. Then Steve lodged, Emeka came in and stayed so days. So he can easily know, he can even sort it according to maybe the date or the month that they stayed. Do you guys understand? So this makes it easier for him. This is how you build a sheet. You can also highlight all of this one. You can even select all and Control A means select. You need to know computer shortcuts. Okay, those shortcuts that you can use to do things without pressing your keyboard or your mouse. So we can just format it and arrange it neatly. Okay, make everything come to the center. You see it, arrange it neatly. This ones too, you can format it by changing the text color to be the same with the previous, making it bold and changing the background color. So sometimes you can make your heading, if you did not bold it, make the font size bigger, 12, so that it makes it different. Now, when you have made it bigger and it's so big that you can't see what is on, like you think that the words are on as in hidden under each column, under each column, you could just enlarge, see it, expand your what's it called? You can just expand your cell. Okay, expand them, and this is how you make it. When you fill all of this, it looks very nice and all of that. So this is how you do a basic data entry. So there's still going to be space. We're still going to apply formulas. We're still going to do a lot of other things. So how did I get the calendar? Calendar is here now. When you go to here, you see calendar. Just click on this place I showed you guys and go down to calendar. You see calendar. See Google Calendar here. Okay, or see Google Calendar here. I don't know if that's what you mean, but that's how you see the calendar. So guys, this is where I will draw the curtain today. So I'm going to be sending you assignment tomorrow. You are going to enter, I'll tell you the things to enter. I'll give you a question. From the question, you build similar thing, populate the sheet, give it a heading, think of the things, the names, or the things you can use as each heading from the question that I'll be giving you people. Think of it and populate it. Create headings and populate your sheet. Add everything I've added here. Create it this way. Add a font color, add background color, do all of this. And when you are done, just for those that we are going to be reviewing the assignment are those in the premium group. They're the ones that when they send, we give them corrections and tell them where they are wrong and answer their questions. So, but the training is for everyone. If you want an added support, if you want a continuous and added support, please do well to join the premium class. Okay, the calendar. See, when you type a number, just double click into it. When you type a date, there are ways you can either format it. You just type a date, okay, and double click into it. Aqua Oduro. Can you see it now? You double click and you see the option for this date. Then you can also kind of format it that people, whenever they enter anything here, it automatically becomes a date. Do you get? Whenever they enter anything on this particular this thing, it automatically becomes a date. You can use go to format conditional formatting and do the formatting, or you can come here and format it. Just click on it and it's going to see it here, date. You see it here, this particular place, date, and anything that you add here, when you now right click into it, date comes out. You see it here. So anything you are doing here, date will just be you can just be copying it, or you copy and paste, or you just drag it down so that date can always come out for you in everything that you do. So now that's how I got the date. Now, according to the assignment, for those of you that are in the premium class, I'm going to send you are going to share it to our dedicated address that I've given to you guys. So they are the ones that we are going to review the assignment, and not you guys. So those are in the premium class. You can download it as PDF and send to us, or you share with us. I'm going to make a video on how you can share this. I'll Please stay tuned. I'll send the assignment to the class. Then the person that asked for the WhatsApp group, let me quickly get the WhatsApp group and send to you. So are we all cleared on today's class? Do you have any question? Um, so I'm trying to copy the network this thing and send the um what's it called, the WhatsApp. So what do you guys think? Are our classes long? Are you guys okay with the length? I would like to hear your feedback. That will help us improve and know what ways and what we need to change. So at Bojo to Grace, this is the WhatsApp link. So I have sent you the WhatsApp link. So guys, that's where we'll draw the curtain for today. Grace, I hope you have seen the link. You have seen the WhatsApp link. Aqua Duro, you said I rushed through the class. But then we have a lot to I was looking at the time and the time was short, so I had to meet up with the time. But don't worry, I'm going to record more videos because there are other things I need to show you guys today, even how to share this file and all of that. So you expect videos from me tomorrow. That's why I said you should follow this channel so that whenever I see it, a lot of things I'm going to make a video on. That was quite observant of you. I had to rush, my dear. Okay, so thank you guys. Good night, everyone. So we are going to see again on Wednesday. Okay. Am I sending the video for today's training on WhatsApp? Yes, I'll send the video. Is the class recorded? Yes, please. The class is recorded. Please, Okoma. Yes, it's a recorded class. Please, it's a recorded class. Yes, it is. So in case you want to upgrade for the premium, let me just add the link for you here. It's important you get the certificate. It is very important. I'm not saying it because I'm teaching or whatever, but as an experienced virtual assistant, I've been in this industry for over 4 years and now. So I know what it means to have a certificate. It is very important. It stands you out. It helps show the client that you have actually acquired the skills, because it's a different thing that you're telling someone, see, I've done this, I've done this, and all this. What is the proof? Having a certificate is a proof that will help you show to the client, because most things that people have to understand is that most clients will first of all come into your inbox first. They will first of all like view your profile before they even come to chat you or anything. So it's important that you subscribe to the premium package so that you can have access, you can have a certificate that you can show for it. Imagine going to a school without a certificate. How does it feel? Doesn't make sense. So that's why you should subscribe for the certificate. Of course, we're not going to give the certificate free because it is someone who creates it, okay? Someone works on it and they need to get paid. So that's why I can't do everything for free. So that's why if you need a certificate, you let me know and it will be sent to you. So guys, let me drop the link again to the certificate. I don't think that one is a good one. So I've dropped the link to this, to the certificate or the premium package. Subscribe to it and see you on Wednesday at the same time. Good night, everyone. See you.